Hello, my name is Angela Harris, and I was stabbed while returning borrowed items at the Loussac Library on Sunday afternoon, February 13th, 2022. My family and I have lived in Alaska since 2005. I am a mother to 4 children, all of whom I've regularly taken to the library since they were young. I am serving on active duty in the United States Coast Guard. My attacker, Corey Leif Akavac, drove a dirty Leatherman knife into my spine between L2 and L3, penetrating my spinal cord. Mr. Akavac was located and arrested by APD later that afternoon while I was awaiting emergency surgery to remove the knife and the blood clots, which damaged a nerve bundle in my spinal cord. The stabbing left me paralyzed from the waist down with decreased strength and sensation in my upper extremities. I am now on a long road to recovery with the hope of being able to walk again someday. Mr. Akavac attacked 2 other women on December 10th, 2021. An opinion was made that he was incompetent and not restorable, therefore he was released back to the public on January 6th, 2022. On February 10th, 2022, he was arrested for trespassing at the Captain Cook Hotel. He then stabbed me on February 13th, 2022. He's already been declared incompetent. In 2018, Mr. Akavac violently attacked his mother with a frying pan. We need improvements to the state's mental health system, particularly regarding violent offenders, and we need to close the loophole in current laws that allow people to commit violent crimes without accountability. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and I know Jesus would not have put me in this position if I could not handle it. With that being said, I intend to focus on 3 priorities while I continue to attend daily occupational and physical therapy appointments in an effort to physically heal. First, keep Mr. Akavac from being released back into the public in the next 2 weeks given his history of violence against women. Second, drive legislative change to address the mental health gaps and legal loopholes regarding competency that allowed him to be released less than a month after he attacked 2 different women in public on the same day. Third, to ensure our public libraries and areas remain a safe environment for Alaskans to learn, explore, imagine, and grow. Knowing my assailant could be walking in our community amongst unsuspecting citizens in just a few weeks is horrifying. I'm unable to live in our home until we modify it to become handicapped accessible, and I learn how to navigate it safely. My parents flew in from the lower 48 to live in our home with my 2 youngest children. Aaron, who is also the main provider for our home, is no longer able to work as he has to care for me and to take me to and from my daily outpatient care appointments. The state offers no financial assistance to supplement his lost income. There is no reimbursement for victims who need items that assist them in daily living. Victims for Justice has a $40,000 cap on services provided, which I would have gone through in my first few hours after the attack. If I were not on active duty with the United States Coast Guard at the time of my attack, I would have very limited resources and cannot imagine the ruins that other victims have experienced. As the perpetrator, Mr. Akavac has more rights, options, and resources at his disposal than I do as his victim. My attack is an example of why we need to be tougher in our laws and build out mental health facilities to get violent offenders the help that they need to properly prosecute them once they are restored. API serves our entire state, yet they're operating on a very limited capacity with a maximum of 80 beds. If the state of Alaska has a robust mental health trust, where are the funds being allocated if not API? We must address the common element of inadequate mental health services for violent offenders and their victims. We must close the loopholes that allow violent offenders to victimize more innocent Alaskans. How many more women have to be injured or killed for the state to finally invest in making our future safer? Was public safety a considering factor when deciding that the municipality's public library would host offices for social workers? I have met with Governor Dunleavy, Attorney General Taylor, Deputy Attorney General Skidmore, Mayor Bronson, and Victims for Justice. My family and I have written to our state and U.S. legislators and assembly members, though we have yet to receive an actionable response. A few of these meetings have produced meaningful results, but most have pointed to a different branch of the government to initiate the momentum. I have spoken with the district attorney's office, and they were able to answer questions that I have regarding the case, but have made it clear that they are prosecuting on the state's behalf, not mine. They also made it very clear that he could have murdered me and, if deemed incompetent, could still walk the streets. I've spoken with the Office of Victims of Crime, and they have informed me that they are unable to assist outside of joining me if I find someone to support in legislative change. We are seeking community support to find someone to join me and my family in navigating how to effectively keep Mr. Akovic off the streets until he's been given the help he needs, change legislation to prevent this from happening to others in the future, and reclaim our library and public areas as a safe atmosphere for all who utilize the services provided. Thank you.